standing strong is yours, you know. The medium and opportunity for you. Make your contribution, let them know. Democracy in Spice Isles is alive and well. Ask you questions, sing and beat you drum. Make you suggestions, encourage them on to walk the straight and narrow in the land. Politics, religion and economic issue, regional, international, spiritual issues too, agricultural, environmental and trending to subject matter. We fear none, we back down. Freedom of speech is enshrined.
Welcome my brothers, welcome sisters, welcome back to our program, the second part of our program on Studio Galaxy 473 in Confer. And you are with the Galaxy Equalizers. My brother Joshua is on that program with me today. It is pure politics. And the question we ask, are our leaders working in our interests, or are we being tricked? There are a number of issues taking part locally, regionally, and internationally. And in the democratic process, we select our leaders to lead us. And sometimes when you watch the result, sometimes when you watch what's going on, sometimes when we look at the economic stagnation, sometimes when you look at the religious and social implication, you have to ask yourself the question, are our leaders working in our interests, or are we being tricked? And this morning we're going to speak on that topic. As we say, we basically provoke discussion. And Joshua, particularly in light of the geopolitical situation in the world today, what say you? Are our leaders, and when we say leaders, we're talking about the whole CARICOM countries.
Right.
Are they working in our interests, or are we the people being tricked?
Well, I think that politics really is a little bit like cricket, especially if you know how to bowl the googly. The googly is a little bit deceptive. You don't know which way turning sometimes. The whole geopolitical system has changed so radically over the last little while. It appears as though we have a new moral leader on the world stage in terms of, Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, and he says quite clearly to everybody, and everybody seems to accept that the world as we know it no longer exists as we knew it. There's been a rupture in the world, and don't think that it's going to change like if you have a little cut and you're going to fix it. The world has changed, and the difficulty for us in terms of the Caribbean as a whole, and especially Grenada, we have different kind of political philosophies going on, whether you kind of incline to the socialist bloc or the capitalist, etc. And in times like this where we have such a change in geopolitical system, it exaggerates our difference. And I don't think we should play too much on that, because sometimes when you see a people agree on 95% of everything, but there's a 5% they disagree with, we just concentrate on the 5%. And so we have to be careful about that. We have to be a little bit more mature. Now, one of the things that I've spoken to a couple of politicians about, and one of the things that was said to me maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, Josh, we don't get in nothing from the West, really. We are aligned with the West. We come from Britain and that American kind of background, but we're not getting anything. And the difficulty for us is that if we talk too loud and we appear to be, aligning with a new party or whatever, they could hurt us and hurt us really bad. So it's very, very difficult for countries like, Grenada. What do we do? Do we sit and keep our mouth shut and say nothing and get nothing? Or do we try and find a pathway where we can kind of look to see if we can get something? We've never been, decolonized in terms of a young nation. America was decolonized. People forget America was a British colony. Canada was a British colony. And so we've never looked really at ourselves and say, is our current system that we're working with, is it really benefiting us, or are we just using a system that was designed for somebody else and just going along with it? And there's a lot of truth in that, but we don't have one little bomb in Grenada. I don't know. Them boys just bust the bamboo, and that's as close as I get to a bomb. But our situation is peculiar. We have to know when to talk. We got to know what to say. We got to know what is in the best interests of the Grenadian people and the Grenadian nation. And that is not so easy. So I feel for our politicians. I actually feel for them now, because I look at the situation, and these are my personal observation. The dominant power in our region, whether we like it or not, or whether we like him or not, is America. America is the most powerful nation on this planet Earth when it comes to force and those kinds of stuff. Now, we're not really getting any real economic benefit from America. We're not getting any real benefit from Britain or Europe. And then we have the Chinese with the Belt and Road Initiative. And also we have the Chinese who have brought about 80 million people out of poverty over 40 years. And we're not getting any growth in Grenada either. It's stagnated how things are. We have this citizen by investment, and people are starting to realize, but all this citizen by investment money that they're talking about, we're bringing $1.3 billion and all the rest of it, but we don't know where the money is going. We don't know the commission these people are making who are agents in Grenada. Are they making $1 million, 100 million? There's no transparency in that. Is the hotels really benefiting? Because that's what it seems to be used. Or could we have a better mix where we look at where we need to really develop and where we really need to develop? I have a bias for agriculture, so I would say agriculture. And, do we allocate like a 10 million or 20 million for agriculture and towards food security, so that drip kind of down can go to local people? When
our politicians say they're not benefiting anything from the traditional area, is that true? To what extent that is?
Yeah, so and I'm not going to defend them because I have not been appointed, but I'll give you my opinion. So essentially, when you look at the comparison in terms of what China does in terms of aid in comparison to what Britain does. So the last bit I think we got from Britain was water and some bridges. I think Prime Minister Cameron came here about 4 or 5 years ago and made that commitment to us. But when you think, of our relationship with them. If if fairness was fair, we are basically the grandchildren. We should be having a better economic, social relationship with them. We should be having like 500 free university places in England every year.
Are we basically the grandchildren, or are we basically the wayward grandchildren?
No, I said if fair was fair.
You see, and that is where I ask the question. Are our leaders working in our interests? Because if we prepare to accept the fact that we live in an arena now where the United States and Europe practically dominate our region. And yes, we are independent and sovereign.
Yeah.
We could make what decision we want, but we also have to be cognizant who is the bad boy in the room.
Yeah. There's consequences.
There's consequences for action.
Yeah.
And that is why I asked the question. Is our leaders working in our interests? Because if you and I could sit down here and know that, those who prepare to lead us ought to know that.
And that is a difficult thing. So I'm going to try and unravel that for you. So, for example, from what I've been observing, it's probably in our interest to be on the good side of America, without a doubt. Because when you look at travel, visas, opportunities, etc., it's more than likely that the Americans will give you a bly if they consider you to be on their side. Now, on the opposite side, you have this critical kind of situation. Are we willing to support, our brothers and sisters in the region who, are in conflict with the United States, whether it's for political system, social system, whatever. And this is where it gets really, really kind of tight. And my heart goes out to the politician because, we have morally right things and the right thing to do. And then we have what is the best thing for our people. And obviously, and this is subjective. So the best thing
for our people is subjective.
No, I'm saying my opinion is subjective. All right. So the best thing for our people is to be able to have free travel to the United States, to have aid from the United States, technical aid from the United States, and to have United States with their massive market that they have, for us to have free access to that market, for our fishermen, for our sawsop farmers, for our cocoa farmers and all that. So that is, as an ordinary man with observational skill, I think, well, that would be best for our people. But on the countryside, if we go to oppose America now, some people might say, well, it might not be wise and it might not be.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
There are consequences.
Yeah.
And I am saying a leader must never trick the people. I think that is the worst thing a leader could do. We feel let down when we are deceived by our spouse. Our spouse feel let down when we are deceived by them. Now we feel very let down if one of the cricketers from Paraclete from Grenada who make West Indies team disown Grenada and support St. Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although all of us in CARICOM.
Yeah.
Better he say he like the whole CARICOM.
Yeah.
But if he say he like St. Vincent, we want to kill him.
Yeah.
So our leaders, in terms of our foreign affairs policy, must not trick our people. And that is my issue.
Yeah. Well,
Our leaders must have enough guts, must be honest enough to explain to us.
and enlightened, because
Enlighten.
not all politicians are very enlightened.
And don't go in politics when you don't want to give people information.
Yeah, because I have my personal view. To be quite honest with you, how I want to live and do. But when you're in leadership and you're leading a nation and a people, it's very, very different. It's tough. And as I was trying to talk on, what is best for the people of Grenada? And what's best for me with my kind of moral standing.
And we could even ask the question wider. We're not picking on Grenada because we expect now, in this present environment, Grenada must be afraid more than even Barbados and Jamaica. But we are saying, what is best for CARICOM? Because the CARICOM idea started before the European Union. So CARICOM leaders, what is in the interest of you people in CARICOM?
Yeah.
That have to be the question.
And that is clearer and easier when you just put it like that on one side. What is best for the people of CARICOM, that is not so hard. The people of CARICOM want a system where they could strive, where they have opportunities, where they have access to the world, especially the United States, Europe, etc. Systems and wealth generation and those things, those are in the interest of CARICOM. But we've had those access for a long time. And
we want something more exciting.
Have we used it?
So our leaders must have the gall, the guts, the honesty to tell our people, yes, we have these things. We want something that is better. This is what we want.
Yeah, we want secondary processing to be all over Grenada.
We want to
we want technology
we
to
want
transfer.
to access the Chinese market.
Yeah.
Why we want to access the Chinese market? Because we could get things cheaper from China and etc. Our leaders must tell us that. But if the leaders did not tell us that, they make us believe that they're advocating for a free market, freedom of the press, better relationship with America, choose foreign affairs ministers that have the skills to negotiate. And then when we select them, they start to beat the chest to America and calling America the great Satan.
Oh, gosh.
What you expect? Well, if they didn't call America the great Satan, but Iran is calling America the great Satan, and they seem to want to have relationship with Iran.
Yeah. And we want the easy route, I think, in CARICOM. What is it that we say? Friends of all, enemy of none. And sometimes that is not possible. It's a nice cliche, but it's not possible. And geopolitics is not straightforward. It's not a little academic kind of talk. When you look at Iran and you see the contradictions in terms of Iran and you see what's happening today, because Iran was a democracy, I think, in
1979 change.
Yeah,
a kind of democracy under Pinochet.
No, not Chile.
Not Chile, not Pinochet, the Shah of Iran.
Yeah. So in 53, there was a democratic elected government who was overthrown by the CIA and MI6 from Britain. And again, it all comes down to do with
geopolitics.
And oil. We have to understand oil. And
geopolitics involve energy.
Yeah, energy.
Otherwise, it's important. Why is it? Why is it the British take Martinique and Guadeloupe and give Canada?
Yeah. So that was very important. The democratic country had nationalized the oil, and the oil operator was BP, British Petroleum. So they had to be overthrown. And then they installed the Shah, and then it goes from there. So
Have you ever heard any CARICOM leader, whether in Grenada or in Jamaica, condemn Iran aggressive, hostile annihilation policy against Israel?
No, I don't fully understand Israel and the region as well.
So, United States of America and Iran have had a hostile relationship since 1979, and Iran called United States the Great Satan, and their policy is to kill them. They've said it publicly. In addition, so have you ever heard any CARICOM leader say any negative thing about Iran?
I haven't, and maybe they haven't commented.
But we have heard all CARICOM leaders cost the United States.
Yeah.
We have?
Yeah.
All of them.
Deacon cost United today?
Well, when they ask Deacon for meeting, Deacon go in Africa, he busy. If Donald Trump people call you for a meeting and you don't go,
Yeah.
how you call that word in diplomatic terms? You have a word for it.
Yeah.
Walk out of the meeting is a heavyweight.
Yeah.
On 2 occasions.
Yeah. What about my girlfriend in Barbados?
Mia Motley? Mia Motley open she intellectual mouth accusing America and Israel of crimes and all kind of thing. Mia Motley always open she intellectual mouth. Francis Alexis once, when he was in university, was a big revolutionary, you know.
Was he? Yeah.
So we and that is the issue. When you come to our people, you never tell them, you never inform them about the weight of your ideological persuasion.
And
you never tell them.
And the issue is what's happening, Mr. Pierre? Is it that we bring the rum shop politics into national politics?
No. The national politics found out that they can't win election without rum shop politics. That's what they found out.
Yeah.
Because the leaders and sometimes when I listen to Grenadian intellectuals say they don't go in rum shop, I see them as stupid twice.
Oh, God.
You could stupid once, but you mustn't be stupid twice. Because the rum shop was the Einstein, the great philosophers of the world, considered it as a symposium where you have a discussion and a drink after dinner.
Yeah.
Where the men of the community went and speak.
Yeah.
And people come to listen.
Yeah. So I want to kind of touch some meat now, Mr. Pierre, because I don't often come on this show. And the meat that I want to touch is this. We've had a situation with the fisher folks for the past, 6, 7, 8 months or whatever. And, recently I've heard the talk about internal market and Trinidad and Canada. Now, this is why I think leadership could be so much better. With 6 months or 8 months to fix a problem, you would have think that we could do that. I think only about last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, we were saying on this said program that you have to look at your internal market. All the time, there's a problem externally. Let's go there. And external is fine, but the way that you solve a problem, you analyze the problem at home first, and you see what you can do at home. Now, the consumption of fish can be increased by 30% in Grenada, and I'm talking about the restaurants, I'm talking about the hotels, and I'm talking about the local people. I'm talking about investing in secondary processing of fish. We don't talk about that. We don't think about that. We don't discuss that. We say, there's a place in Trinidad that they want to buy our fish. There's a place in Barbados. We always this pie in the sky kind of talk in the beginning. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with scouting and seeing who out there want our fish. But the first stop always should be at home.
And this is why we ask the team today, are our leaders working in our interests? Or are they tricking us? Now, Trinidad have a very good relationship with the United States. Kamala is one of the 12 persons, I think, that meeting Donald Trump today or when.
I don't know.
Guyana have a very good relationship with the United States, particularly in light of the Venezuelan hostility against Guyana. Guyana joined the RSS in 2022. India has moved in and established good relationship with Guyana. Not good relationship, but better relationship with Guyana and Trinidad, I guess because of the ethnic makeup. The rest of the Caribbean seems to be more hostile against America. Now, you Grenada cannot sell fish to the U.S. market because of some requirements that Grenada don't meet. Not the quality of the fish, but requirements that Grenada don't meet. Now, Grenada's, we hearing some information. We go sell to Canada, we go sell to China, we go sell to Guyana, we go sell with Trinidad. Now, who fooling who in this country? Because if Trinidad fishermen buy fish, is to send it to the United States of America.
Yellowfin tuna.
Because they could buy it cheaper here. If Guyana, what is the value of the Guyana dollar? Would these countries pay you for fish as the U.S.? Bearing in mind they know that they're buying the fish pulp to sell to the U.S. market.
So we're not going to get the amount of money we would ordinarily get if we sold
in 2022
directly to America.
When the new government come in power, they was informed by the United States of America that here you have a problem you must amend with fish. I understand that the answer they gave them that they don't have staff. But that is an insult. That is insulting language. Now you come in with a country that is known to have a lot of leaders that is hostile against the United States. Many years ago, there was a communique from the United States of America, and it was expressing concern about the hostility of the Grenada leaders against America.
But
that was about a decade ago. Before.
But Mr. Pierre, what worries me with this is that we're a sovereign nation, and we are talking as though we're a little boy. We don't have staff.
Well, the United States go only see that, go read that as an insulting. There's some diplomatic language for it, but I don't know what is it. But if the United States of America company inform you that we have some recommendations here that you're supposed to get in order to continue to sell fish for us in 2022.
It's crazy.
Fish is such a significant component of agriculture. In fact, I think we was making more money from fish than nutmeg and cocoa.
And soursop.
And soursop.
So
and because of the amount of fish that we was selling.
And it's growing.
So how could a government respond to you that they don't have staff? That is an emergency. If you have to bring down 5 workers from St. Vincent, you fly them down to help you. So that is a statement where you call a diplomatic smart. You have a word for it, diplomatic. As if you insult the U.S. So then they inform you that if you don't address this thing by January.
But one of the things we do on this program, Mr. P, I want to do it now, is that we look at the potential future fallout. And the potential future fallout, if nobody is thinking about it in government, and I hope somebody is thinking about it, is the cost of fuel in terms of the Iran conflict and what's going on. Now, fuel was at about $60 a barrel, and it's gone up already to about $90 a barrel. And this is just days. So I expect it to land about $130 a barrel in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and possibly $150 a barrel.
So-
Now, how are we preparing for these things in Grenada and the impact on people's livelihood? What is the plan?
I don't think we preparing for it. Some people believe that the war in Iran, well, Donald Trump was given the impression that it's 4-6 weeks. Russia thought they could have overrun Ukraine in 2 weeks, 1 week. Ukraine have 136. Russia have 136 million people, and Ukraine have 36 million people.
Yeah.
Iran have 90 million people.
Mm-hmm.
And these Islamists believe that when they die, they're going to go in Abraham's bosom and they're going to get 72 virgins.
What?
Now, if you believe that when you die, you will get 72 virgins, the Allah must give you a generator to work. the Islamists believe they're going to have an erection that would not go down.
Oh, Lord.
So, and they believe they could drink rum, they could drink alcohol in Abraham's bosom. Now, if you believe that, you're not afraid to die.
Yeah.
So, this war that is going on in Iran, and I support it. I believe it is absolutely necessary. I'm sorry, that war should be done 20 years ago. They should mash up Iran.
Yeah.
But the country that is most likely to benefit from it is Israel. Because Iran have vowed for the annihilation of the Jews. So nobody afraid Iran more than Israel.
Yeah.
So obviously, this war they're going to have impact on us.
Yeah.
Because we are a small fry in the pecking order.
Yeah. And you know, from a different perspective, I don't want Iran to be mashed up, nor do I want Israel to be
Annihilated.
Yeah, annihilated. You know, but something that saddened me when I heard it, I heard that a bomb had killed 170 plus school children, little girls.
Well, this thing about a bomb kill, that is sensation. If you find all this bomb, I am certain America might lose 1,000 soldiers there. They attacked 12 bases in America. And all the probabilities that if this base are attacked, that means plane mash up, man mash up, people dead.
Yeah.
America must lose more than 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Israel must lose more than 20,000. And Iran must lose more than 100,000.
Yeah.
They're only using this poor 100 and something girls.
Yeah.
Since when Iran consider about girls? According to Islamic rule, dogs and women are made for men.
Oh, God.
Now, Grenadian, and this is where I come in with our leaders. Because our leaders supposed to know these things. The Quran disallow agreement and relationship with Israel's and infidels. So, how come our leaders in the Caribbean are so ready to back the side of the Islamists and the communists against the American and European?
But I don't know if I've heard them back and they've been quiet.
Anytime they speak, they beat in the chest the America and they gravitating towards Cuba, Venezuela, and Russia.
Yeah. So I want to, stick as much as I can, because I think if I can stick as much as I can to the things in Grenada or CARICOM that would benefit us in terms of what's going on. We talk about the ferry. I heard somebody came on the
This
news.
ferry thing is stopped. That don't come in of ground.
Yeah. So if it wasn't coming up before,
No,
with
what come out of ground? What? That don't coming around ground?
yeah,
That don't coming off no ground. Forget about that, man.
with the cost of
man.
oil now, that gone to
And
bed.
Trinidad and Guyana quiet on that. How you come off ground?
Yeah. But
And Barbados want to preserve their tourist market, and they will glad for America to close down the university in Grenada for it to come in Barbados. That dog time.
who said that? Barbados said that?
No, Barbados have to say that. You don't know what's going on there.
No,
This is dog time.
Yeah.
Grenada have the most Marxist, Leninist, communist extremists in the Caribbean.
We do?
We do.
Okay.
The United States of America know that. Grenada. When Deacon Mitchell, well, I didn't even want to go that deep because we do it for another program. But that is why we ask the question. Are our leaders working in our interests?
And that is a deep question, because we have so many low-hanging fruits that this kind of crisis should focus on our mind, so that we could kind of have our leaders working in our interest. Now, I talk about this all the time. I talk about the link between agriculture and tourism.
Well, if you want to link agriculture and tourism, how you could be talking Chinese and Russian? Joshua?
Well,
if you want, anytime you want to link agriculture and tourism,
we have
you target in the US market?
Yeah, we have a few in Las Vegas. We have some Chinese down
Well,
there.
those Chinese in you don't find those Chinese.
No, but our market is the USA and Europe.
The US and Europe.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying we're saying one thing, but our leaders seem to
Our
be on a
behavior.
different trajectory.
Yeah.
Because how could we could speak about the economic impact?
Yeah.
We speak about foreign affairs, but we could speak about the economic impact that our leaders seems not to understand.
Yeah.
And let me say that whether it's Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, Belize, and you notice the Bahamas very quiet. They didn't carry come, but they studying the day by America.
Yeah.
You notice Jamaica canceled the agreement with Cuba. Jamaica said they were not able to reach an agreement with Cuba on the doctors. And I don't know if it's 30 or 300 health personnel Jamaica have from Cuba. Right?
I would imagine they have
About 300 in the world. And they decided, no, they canceled the agreement with Cuba, but they're going to try individually to deal with the health people there. I don't know if you're going to offer them to take asylum. I don't know if because they're in Jamaica already, and most of them won't go back in Cuba.
Yeah.
So Jamaica might well give them citizenship and let it turn Jamaica and incorporate them in the system.
Yeah.
Trinidad is promising to help Guyana with medical personnel, with doctors, because Trinidad seems to have. Now, Grenada was looking for doctors from Africa, but from Nigeria away. But I don't know what is Grenada's situation now.
Yeah.
So we must ask the question: are our leaders working in our interests?
Yeah, and the vivid pictures that comes to my mind is that whilst we're talking about kind of international politics and all the rest of it, we pay no attention to home. Because to me, we could easily drift back in that pandemic situation where Grenada kind of locked down. If we have no fuel coming in, we have no tourists coming in.
You ever heard the word pumps and dumps?
No.
Now, way back in 1955, after Hurricane Janet, the people in rural Grenada say it was pumps and dumps. They got a lot of flour and then pumpkin beer like mad.
Okay.
So they used to eat pumpkin and dumpling.
Oh, that sounds nice.
So they were pumps and dumps. And the elderly little people with a very sad heart, they said that boys turn men and girls turn women.
Yeah. So
after Hurricane Janet.
Yeah.
Now, during the Gary period when we had 1 month strike, they say it was open bat and close up play. And sometime you get a headmaster. Now this language have disappeared. Open bat and close up play was banana. You eat banana morning, noon, and night.
Yeah, I had banana this morning.
And then they say, sometime you get a headmaster. That was breadfruit.
Okay.
So the ordinary man, they end up, because the business places in Grenada was closed. They was selling to the GNP friends and the alliance, but it was not selling to the ordinary man.
Yeah, Nigeria.
So the ordinary man had to eat open bat and close up play.
Yeah.
And sometimes they got a headmaster.
Yeah, what I want to do, yeah, what I want to share with our listeners is sometimes it does be right in front of us and we don't see it because it's not sexy enough. And what I want to share is that we've had the fishing problem and we had the lackluster response to the fishing problem. And now it was upon us. We were talking, we'll be sending fish in January again. January came, nothing. So I'm trying to say, because of the lack of preparation around, the fish situation, don't be surprised if we get caught again, with a lack of preparation for what's going on in the world, for fuel shortages, for unemployment in the hotel industry, for construction to slow right down, for our economy to be on life support. I think it's important that we have a bit of preventative thinking and not always that reactive thinking going on. And that's where...
Do you honestly expect us to have this reactive thinking, or do we speak to prepare our people to start to re-examine the political leaders that we have? Because how are you supporting individuals who are extremely quiet about the economic development and the plan? How if you notice, most of these leaders, they shy, they're afraid, If you try to hold one of those leaders into discussion, they're running. Now, why are we supporting them? Why we do not start to ask our leaders about the economic plan, the economic development, the thoughts in this present economic realities? Because we have to speak about economic development. And let me say, when the Russia in Reagan time, when he say, tell Brezhnev, close down this wall, and they break up the wall, and the revolution turned back in Grenada, Cuba prepared for zero option. Cuba ordered, they say, a million bicycles, hundreds and not a million, thousands of bicycles.
Okay.
And Cuba say they was preparing for zero option. There are some places in Cuba, and what I say now, when I speak, I dare, I want to challenge people.
Yeah.
There are some places in Cuba where people look as if they're living in the 1800s. Ask the Cuban doctors and Cuban trained people. And when you ask them questions, watch them in the eye. If they blink in the line you. Ask them about some people living in Cuba now, living in the 1800s. Cuba say they was prepared to live, preparing for zero option. And Grenada must prepare.
Yeah, we must.
We must prepare our people for massive economic deterioration. If you have escalation, because the United States could bog down in Iran for 10 or 20 years. And Iran normally kill people who object to them. Most of the communist countries and this tyranny, dictatorship, that is what they do. They kill people, they jail people. Just as Bishop and them here jail over 3,000 people, over 5% of the people went to jail. A country 100,000, you jail 5,000, that's 5%. Iran have 90 million. So hundreds of thousands of people from 1979 was jailed and murdered.
Yeah.
So it is not easy for the U.S. to change the government in Iran.
Yeah.
So they could bog down in a war, close down the Strait of Hormone. Is Hormone they call it strait? That is where 1/5 of the world energy pass. That could go on for years till the United States broken. Iran mash up.
Yeah.
And a next president come and walk away from it.
Yeah, and you know what happens? Everybody else gets fuel, and if there's any left, it comes to us.
Well, what could left to come next? We have to go back to wood. And we you know, see, all we're doing is buying new vehicles. You know, it saddens my heart when I see these leaders have no respect for economic development and the management of our economy.
Yeah.
No respect.
Yeah. And our children, because when you think about the school feeding program, you know what plans are being put in place to feed the children.
That doesn't even bother about that. You know. Them showing in school fat, lazy, and the unproductive. Doesn't bother with them and that. But then take part in school feeding program.
Yeah, but Mr. Pierre, one of the things you say, and I agree with you strongly, is that in times of crisis, there's opportunities. And I can see real opportunities if we focus our head as a nation for economic development.
But if we bury we head as an ostrich and believe when we go in Abraham bosom, we'll get 72 virgins. And they will give us a generator because we have an erection that can't go down. We might end up with pumps and dumps.
But we
open button, close up plate. And then we have to ask the question. We have to ask the question: is our leaders malicious? Our leaders don't have sense? Have we selected stupid black leaders in the Caribbean to lead us? We have to start to ask the question. Because you must take into consideration your economic realities to address your ideology.
Because this is the opportunity to have the alternative energy in solarized. This is the opportunity to advocate.
You have to buy that from China.
No, we bring in the we bring in the factory down here and we sell.
Who bring in the factory?
And we're selling to all of the OETS.
Our bright fellas with them. We have some of the most impractical. Most of our highly certificated people, they can't practicalize nothing. They only speak in good English.
But we want to use some of our resources for the people of Grenada.
We have to go back to wood and charcoal and them.
So they're talking about, I shouldn't say they, but government have spoken about the transformational fund.
Which transformational fund?
From the CBI.
They get $1 billion from passport sale. Did they invest any in agriculture?
Apparently they have 3 tiers, and one of the tiers is the transformational fund.
What that mean?
And they say they normally use it for bridges and roads.
Which bridge? All projects collapse. Which bridge? Which bridge?
Moya Bridge.
Come on, we could look at the question from also a different perspective. We have more time?
Yeah, we have time.
All right.
We have a lot of time still. We have only 15 minutes.
All right. So let us look at the religious and social aspect and our leaders' reaction to it. Because if you're in a country and your people have their religious belief and you putting up yourself to represent these people, and it's almost like a fait accompli, a foregone conclusion that the majority of Grenadians are Christians, the majority of Grenadians aligned to Europe and America. A lot of our family members are in America. A lot of us want to go in America. We believe America is the best place in the world. And then you have leaders who have a total different ideological perspective. Is it not fair to inform the people what your ideology is?
If the world was fair, yes.
That is why I asked the question.
You know.
Is our leaders working in our interests, or are they tricking us?
Yeah.
Are they deliberately? Well, how do Christians support an atheist to lead them?
Our prime minister is an
No, I
atheist.
don't know what the prime minister says. No, I'm asking a question generally in a Caribbean context.
Okay.
If an individual is a known atheist, right, or known extreme Islamist, how does a group of Christians put him in power?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Now, if the public don't know he's an Islamist,
Yeah.
they don't know he's an extreme Islamist who believe that when he die, if he go in Abraham's bosom, he'll get 72 celestial virgin. They don't know that. Then he tricked the people. But if the people knew what his position is, what his stance is, and they put him in power, then you can't blame when he start to execute people and jail people.
But we need more discussion and raising awareness in the country about what's going on. It's all good and proper, and I enjoy the opportunity to be on the program and share my views, etc. But the nation as a whole need to be engaged in what's going on. Our level of awareness needs to be raised.
You see, I asked this question. You have a call on the line? Yes, caller, welcome. Thank you very much for calling.
Good afternoon. And you have to announce the number more regular, man. I call you announce it on Real FM.
Yes, man.
Yeah, a lot of words. I'll be listening for the longest while, and that's a lot, to take in for our name. Well, let me just draw back something for a bit. I remember in the days of Gary, right? The revolution overthrew Gary, right? And they blame Gary as the worst person. The same revolution come and fight among the same self. The same revolution brought people from Cuba. And when the people from Cuba came, Bishop left and he went to America. And the same Americans come and kill the Cubans, and they're blaming people for America invading Grenada. Bishop was the one responsible for that. And today we still continue on the same path. The problem our Caribbean countries are having, Mr. Pierre and Josh, is that they don't want to see the ordinary man survive. Look at the fishing industry. You telling me today you had an opportunity to sell fish, and the only place that taking soursop from the Caribbean is America from soursop. Nobody improving the sector. Look at fish. You telling me you're selling the Trinidad dollar is what? Grenada is twice as much as Trinidad dollar. What you selling Trinidad for? When Trinidad take that, where they selling it? Trinidad fishing for themselves. All we want to do was to correct the situation with America. We play big bully. One of the bombs we have in Grenada, Josh, is them leaders. Them is a big bomb we have. Look the vector sector. Every poor people that survive in this country, this government is killing these industries. They don't want to see the ordinary man. Why is we seeing trouble in Grenada? The government buying a $200,000 BMW. Yeah. Who are they concerned about? It is time for our people to take back. The revolution came in Grenada. We need a revolution in a democratic way to come against the leaders that we put into place, and they do not what we want, what they want. We, the people here, the people in the Caribbean, only check it on themselves. And Mr. Peter say, them billionaires want to be billionaires, and them thousandaires want to be. That's a fact. And I thank God for people like you all airing it, and people like we must come out more. Not because you speak against a government, mean you're against them. This ought to take what we say, because they are our coordinators. We are the government, and it's time that we stand up and let our leaders know we mean well for them. We're not coming against them. When we speak, is that you're not doing something that's right. All an ordinary man wants is $500 to pay a light bill. And you ain't giving him that. We're spending $1 million at travel and come back in 100 cricket bats and balls. Come on, let us be real. And I like the topics you're having, and I want you all to continue to talk. You're gonna increase. And look at the lawyer, Mr. Alexis. He alone stood up in Tempe and say a child is a child. It doesn't matter the quantity, it's the effect of what you do make the difference. And today it's law that a child is a child. I'm just saying that continue on that path. and we'll help you all to really make the people know that Grenada need help. We need to know what we need to do. We don't want to go back to the pump and come Mr. PSA. We are concerned with eat dumpling and pumpkin when we want, not demanded for us to use it. And it's time for us to stand up and realize that our leaders are concerned about themselves and not the people of Grenada. How can you tell the people of Grenada suffering and you spending millions of dollars on nothing, and you still say, imagine a government come and tell you that since what time nothing has been done in Grenada? My mother used to be selling fish on the side of the road, always a headache, and she had blackboard and she body because she burning. Somebody put in a fish market and say that's nothing good. Damn, you don't care about me. And my mother showed me after that what she went through for me to be here today. Don't have education, but have a common sense I could put together, take a fork and a cutlass, dig, plant a seed, and it grow, and before that fruit I could sell. And now I have a whole farm that could take care of myself and the family, even the food don't sell. I'm just saying it's time for us to stop talking stupidness. We're leaving here going selling fish. Why you can't sell our fish directly to Canada for ourselves? Why we can't go to sell for? Why we got to go through Trinidad? Trinidad, yes, we have our neighbors, but the biggest crook come from Trinidad, and that's the people you hold it hard. At the end of the day, we have to know what we're doing and stop mama guy our people. Thank you very much, and please say your number more regular so you can remember it to keep it in our head. Thank you.
536-2558. Thank you, caller.
Thank you. And we certainly on this program don't believe Trinidadians are crook. There's crooks in all countries.
Yes, but definitely Trinidad are more crook than us. Trinidad have the highest, one of the highest murder rate in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And not in the Caribbean, Trinidad topping up in the world.
What St. Kitts I heard was pretty bad.
All of them very high.
Yeah.
And we have to be concerned about that.
Yeah.
And the guy raised a lot of points. We had a market with the United States of America. The United States said, this is the requirements you want. The government responds with the doorstep.
Yeah.
Well, what it is,
Yeah.
you lose that market.
Yeah.
Now you get market with Trinidad. Those Trinidadian businessmen is the most aggressive in the Caribbean, the Trinidad businessmen.
Yeah.
We have to have high regards, recommendation, respect, whatever, for the Trinidad businessmen.
Yeah.
They're more aggressive than Jamaica, you know.
Yeah, they're effective.
And
they're
as a result,
exporting.
they see an opportunity.
Yeah.
And the fact they believe, sometimes they believe the relationship with Trinidad now and the U.S. provides more opportunity. So they go buy Grenada fish.
Yeah.
Sometimes they didn't even expect Grenada to talk that loud. You know?
Yeah, but sometimes as well, it's better for them. They don't have to go and fish for themselves, and the fish, is bought from Grenada and shipped to
the US.
Yeah,
Next thing they start to buy, we sauce up to send to the US.
Yes.
We will see market soon.
Yeah.
But how much? The value of the Trinidad dollar, the value of the Guyanese dollar.
And
The Canada dollar is high.
And this is what really concerns me, because I know as a fact that the government has had a program to link tourism to agriculture so that the farmers can get direct income. The fishermen have already lost their direct income. And nothing being done so that the farmer could get that direct income from the tourism industry.
Josh.
And it hurts me.
Every time you say about the link of tourism and agriculture, you know what I'm asking after? Well, if you want to link tourism with agriculture, what's this big hang up with Cuba and Venezuela and Russia? You have to be the U.S. market.
We're going to bring the Cubans over to work as bartenders and chefs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I have advocated that we have been advocating that we should teach Spanish in primary school. I went to some politician and suggested to bring on 100 Venezuelans in the primary schools.
Yeah, but,
so if because of the communication, we better able to tango with Latin America.
Yeah, but why I say that, and I take your point, what you say, and I smile as well, so I'm not all serious.
That's a low blow. I just want to fire a low blow at you.
Yeah, but the thing for me is that the minister could make this thing happen tomorrow to benefit like hundreds and hundreds of farmers and to cause economic stimulus within the country. Why would they not do it?
Maurice Bishop, like to talk about the workability. When they ask him about joint leadership, he say he agree with joint leadership, but he don't understand the workability. I really would like to understand the workability of the fishing industry. But Josh, another aspect that we go on, perhaps the last, because our time might be running out, is the religious aspect. We touch it and we run. How does a country that claim they are Christians so readily promoting Marxist, Leninist, communist extremists to lead them?
Yeah. But what happened to civil society and the churches?
Well, most of the civil servants and the church look at the supporting communism too. Okay. Sometimes I wonder, I call myself a saltless Christian. Yeah, because I ask this question. The communists don't believe in God. China says the opium of the people. Russia don't support the church much. They can't get rid of it because they kill thousands of religious people, but they like to control the Orthodox, have a working relationship with Russia. China say Islam is a disease. Let us reform you. But if you tell the Chinese, when you're dead, you got 72 virgins, and you have an erection that can go down. And women have to get one husband. Well, I mean, some people go believe that is a disease. And you say, Allah tell you to kill Jews and kill Christians. And if they agree to pay you tax, I think it's Jesus or what, then you could accept them, but they have to pay tax for they believe. Otherwise, just cut out the net. And you teach your children to walk on the flag of the United States of America and Israel. And you're teaching them to kill them. Now, how does a Christian society like Grenada accept the extreme to lead them? It's either they don't know, they hide their head like an ostrich. And that is why we ask the question. Are our leaders working in our interests? Or are we being tricked? The number is 536-2558. We could take a next caller, or Joshua.
Yes, somebody calling.
Yeah, we have a caller. Yes, caller, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Well, I'm nice hearing you guys. I just want to make one point. I think
you have to move across from the radio in the back. We're hearing ourselves back.
Okay.
We have a delayed broadcast, so slow it down.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yes. Grenadians tend to forget things too quickly. When we had the intervention, Trinidad said we had to get visa to come there. And they tend to forget that. There are many things that, because they call us small island, you could say they verbally abuse us and they abuse us in other ways. But we tend to forget that. And the people who do not know their history is like a tree without root. Grenadians have to go back to their history. If we go back to our history, we would not make this type of mistakes we are making now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, scholar, thank you.
Thank you. Time is running out, and I'm going to jump in front here. I'm going to give my little conclusions. The world is unstable at the moment. We're living in very different days. The choices are very difficult. But I believe that there is opportunities for Grenada. I believe that we need to prepare. We need to prepare a transport plan in case we run out of fuel. We need to have a plan for our food security, because I'm told that if the boat don't come to Grenada for 2 weeks, we have problem. We need to do transformation and strategic planning. We need to have a solar factory in Grenada rather than bringing solar panels down here all the time. And we need to have that technology transfer that we talk about about all the time. We need to use this opportunity to do it, because in 5 years' time we should be doing all the secondary processing that we need in Grenada. Let's not kind of look at doom and gloom. Let's look at the opportunities, as Mr. Pierre say. I hope that this kind of conflict subsides so that we don't have to go through just using the buses to transport us, and we have to put the car down. But we need to plan.
Are our leaders working in our interests? Or are we being tricked? We provoke discussion. We encourage you to share our program, like our program, subscribe to Studio Galaxy, and help local content to grow. Thank you very much, brothers and sisters.
Thank you.
473 standing strong is yours, you know. The medium and opportunity for you. Make your contribution, let them know. Democracy in Spice Isles is alive and well. Ask you questions, sing and beat you drum. Make you suggestions, encourage them all.